This is Dr. Teacher Mom, episode 1, fatty liver. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So buckle up, like, comment, share, subscribe, rumble, whatever you need to do. But do it all and let's get rolling. Your liver performs over 500 different functions that are essential for maintaining health. Okay, liver functions are going to be, of course, it filters the blood from the digestive tract, but the liver is going to be removing toxins from your blood. It'll metabolize drugs. It balances nutrients like glucose, amino acids, and fats. It also produces bile. It aids in bile, which aids in fat digestion and eliminates waste products like bilirubin and cholesterol. It stores vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are all fat soluble, and also B12 and minerals like iron and copper. It helps to synthesize proteins from blood clotting and immune function. It converts uh, ammonia to urea for excretion through the kidneys, and it also regulates blood volume and hormone levels. Looking at this pic, you can see that the liver typically is smooth. Normally it is. It looks kind of like the chicken livers that you can buy in the store. In fatty liver, it's going to develop fat deposits like you see in the second part. And over time, those can harden and become cirrhotic. Some signs and symptoms that you might experience are going to be like darkened skin spots, fatigue that doesn't go away, generally not feeling well, and you will also experience maybe pain or discomfort in your upper right abdomen. As it progresses and it gets more severe, you can have itchy skin, abdominal swelling, shortness of breath, spider veins, an enlarged spleen, red palms, and also jaundice, which is a yellowing of the skin and around your eyes. Xanthelasma is like fatty deposits that you can have around your eyes. Those can also be a symptom of fatty liver. A lot of symptoms are silent. 25 to 30% of the American population is affected, totaling about 80 to 100 million people. Uh, and since it's silent, the numbers are actually thought to be far higher. It affects industrialized countries more due to metabolic dysfunction. Um, Metabolic dysfunction is really key here. Uh, it's when one of the two components of metabolism don't work right. And metabolism can be broken down into two categories. One is catabolism, and that's where it breaks down carbs, fats, and proteins to provide energy. And anabolism is using that energy to rebuild and repair your tissues. Conditions that are linked to fatty liver are like type 2 diabetes mellitus, obesity, increased cholesterol levels, and metabolic dysfunction. Metabolic dysfunction is linked to the food supply. Industrialized countries have a lot more chemicals in their food than the unindustrialized countries do. So metabolic dysfunction for our population it's much higher degree of difficulty, but we do need to be careful of those things. So be sure that you're taking in as many organic things as possible, and of course nothing genetically modified. But what can we do about fatty liver? Well, in our lifestyle factors, since a sedentary lifestyle is associated with it, we can exercise. Smoking and drinking are also related to fatty liver, so we can stop doing those. And obesity, that's another one. We can combat that one with diet changes and herbal teas that are aimed at liver health. Licorice root is one of the herbs that I was looking at in this episode, and it has a long history of use. Glycyrrhizin is a set of compounds that alleviate liver toxicity, and they're found in licorice root. More research is needed, though, due to glycyrrhizin affecting blood sodium and potassium levels. which result in hypertension or hypokalemia. Licorice root, there's three different types of licorice, but the only one that's really used medicinally is the Glycyrrhiza glabra. Okay, it's part of the pea family. The root is the healing part of the plant. It's a deep rhizome, so it could actually potentially be an invasive species. And it's 30 to 50 times sweeter than sugar. Commercial licorice has reduced levels of glycyrrhizin because it can cause hypertension and hypokalemia, like I said. And the candies that we usually buy that are made with licorice, are actually made with anise oil. Philanthus amaris, that's another really good herb for fatty liver. It's found in subtropical regions, and we do find it in southern Florida in the U.S. It's excellent for liver support. It's powerful enough to even affect your DNA. Clinical trials show its effectiveness with used with other antivirals, and now it's being studied as a standalone treatment. So if you can get hold of that stuff, it's a good one to have on hand. Turmeric, it's good for absolutely anything you have going on with you. Not only does it help with anxiety and hyperlipidemia, which is too much fat in your blood, but it also helps with arthritis. Now, with fatty liver specifically, it can help with lipid accumulation. It reduces oxidative stress. You do want to use pepper when you're using turmeric, though, because it increases its bioavailability by about 2,000%. Milk thistle, another name for it is Psyllium marianum. It's a funny looking thorny plant, so use gloves if you're going to harvest it. The root of this plant or I'm sorry, not the root, but the seeds of this plant are what you want. This comes from the Asteraceae family, and silymarin is the active compound that are found in the seeds, or that's where the highest concentration is. People use the fruit in the leaves as well. Ginseng. Now it looks like kind of like a funny looking carrot for a root. It has active components in it called ginsenosides, and they help with hepatic lipid metabolism. It decreases inflammation, and it combats oxidative stress, and it will inhibit fibrosis, which is those fatty deposits turning into harder pieces, such as in the cirrhosis that I said earlier. So this is a potent one to use for fatty liver. Wolfberry. It's also called Lysi fructus. This is good for your eyes and your liver. It has several compounds in it, and they all aim at anti-aging, antioxidant, immune boosting, and it severely improves antioxidant effects in the liver. And another really powerful one is blackthorn leaves. It has a scientific name, I believe it's Acacia mellifera. It's also native to Africa. And recent studies show that almost all damaged liver cells recovered when treated with blackthorn extract. It's a very powerful antioxidant. We also have a tree called baobab. It's also in Africa. It's packed with vitamin C and tartaric acid. The fruit can also be used. Uh, Carbon related damage and chemical imbalances is what the fruit typically attacks. And it's a powerful antioxidant, analgesic. It has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. It impacts just about all the liver diseases that are out there. Now, garlic, that's another one that's good for almost anything. Um, it has several beneficial compounds. It is a cancer preventative. It decreases cardiovascular risk factors. It impacts the fat buildup in liver and pretty much anywhere else. It's an antioxidant. It decreases chemical imbalances, and it's also an anti-inflammatory. Ginger, there's another good one. Ginger can decrease cholesterol levels and liver enzymes, and inflammation, and it also decreases insulin resistance. It reduces fat buildup on the liver. You take that for about 3 weeks before the effects can truly be observed. Green tea, now that's one that's really easy to get hold of, just like the last two. Uh, Primary compound is an antioxidant. Antioxidant, sorry, I'm losing my ability to speak here. Chamomile, there's another one. It has apigenin and luteolin is the compounds. I will be spelling those for y'all. And they can protect the liver from damage. Animal studies show that it prevents liver cell death, and a chamomile extract protected liver cells from inflammatory damage caused by acetaminophen. So, if you're taking acetaminophen, you might want to take some chamomile tea with it too, just to make sure that you're being nice to your liver. Chamomile also combats oxidative stress. It's an anti inflammatory, and it enhances your detox pathways. And so, chamomile, instead of it being an herb that you would think is that attacks, it doesn't really attack the problems head on. It's more of a supportive herb. And then we've got apple cider vinegar, which is good for everything too. It removes toxins from the liver and prevents fat accumulation. Just a teaspoon of that in warm water 2 times a day, and you'll see really good benefits in many areas, not just fatty liver. Now, lemon, here's another all-star hitter. It has high concentrations of vitamin C and antioxidants. Narogenin, which is one of the compounds in lemon, it prevents inflammation of liver cells. So, a glass a day for a month, and you'll be detoxing your liver. Now, Indian gooseberry, that's a nice little cute name. It has high amounts of vitamin C. It's also an antioxidant, and it has high levels of quercetin. Cinnamon, there's another heavy hitter. It increases your insulin sensitivity. So, remember, I said earlier that type 2 diabetes is linked to fatty liver. So, cinnamon is going to be supportive in the fact that it helps to increase your insulin sensitivity. So, it's going to help with your blood sugar levels. It will reduce oxidative stress. It decreases markers of liver inflammation and damage. Studies show that 1,500 milligrams daily over a 12-week period decreases liver enzymes by a whopping 37% or more. It also improves your fasting blood glucose levels. It has cinnamonic acid in it is the active compound, along with some polyphenols. So about half a teaspoon of powder daily is going to let you see some really great effects from cinnamon. Now, this right here, I consider this one the star of the show, and that is dandelion. Okay, dandelion is good for so many things, but liver detoxification is kind of where this one shines. It significantly decreases fat accumulation in the liver. It lowers body and liver weights. It improves insulin resistance. So, again, this goes back to supporting the entire digestive process, just like it does with cinnamon. Um, it's a decrease. It also shows that it decreases serum triglycerides and total cholesterol and insulin insulin fasting glucoses. Now, it decreases oxidative stress markers in the liver, and all parts can be used on this: the flowers, leaves, stems, and roots. And when you're picking dandelion, be good to yourself and leave one or two of them to spread some seeds around so you have plenty for the next year. Okay. Now, I put together a few herbal remedies here that are easy to get hold of. Some of the herbs I mentioned in here earlier, although I would say that they're good ones, they're not ones that are readily available to us. So I wanted to keep the herbal tea recipes to something that was easily attainable for us to get. And and I use this one. It's green tea, lemon, and ginger. A lot of times you can find those in already pre-made tea packets, and you simply steep them as the package instructs. Now, dandelion tea, which is really good. If you've ever had dandelion jelly, it tastes kind of like um, a not really strong honey butter. But it is absolutely delicious. I cannot praise dandelions enough. Now, you can buy dandelion tea bags, or you can pick your own. And basically, you just go out there, grab yourself up a few dandelions, and I would say take the entire plant. Just like I said, be sure you leave some behind so you have some next year. And so get a quart jar full of them, and stick them in a pot and fill it up with water, to where you're covering everything real appropriately, and let that steep for I'd say let it get just to boiling, and then just let it sit there and steep for about 15-20 minutes, and you will have yourself a very potent natural remedy. You can put honey or lemon desired in any of these recipes. And the honey, I would highly recommend to use honey with a wooden spoon. Uh, when honey comes into contact with metal, it kind of deactivates the compounds in the honey. So always use wood if you're going to be using honey. And lemon, of course, and the medicinal properties to those two alone are quite numerous. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever it is you need to do to stay informed of new content and get this information out there to people so we can all be healthier. Until next time, people, please be safe, be well, and be blessed.